Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I make videos for public access television about issues in the area, so I'm wondering what you're up to today.
I'm petitioning to reject gay marriage.
And so what's the petition for?
To reject gay marriage.
Meaning what?
The rejection of gay marriage, so...
But how are you rejecting gay marriage?
Petitioning. What?
So what's the petition gonna do?
Hey, Claire.
Hi everyone, it's time to talk about gay marriage and petitioning. Last year, I got some footage of petitioners, and they were petitioning to repeal the beverage tax. The footage I showed you was of a petitioner who was lying.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you signed a petition to stop the new beverage tax? You know, they are raising taxes on beverages, on soft drinks, bottled water, and so forth.
Even though there were many cases of petitioners not telling the truth, and it being documented, the petition went through and the referendum unfortunately passed, so the beverage tax was repealed, and that sent the legislation looking for another way to fund the state healthcare program.
The interesting thing about collecting signatures for a ballot initiative in Maine is that you can say whatever you want to people who are signing. And it is the signer's responsibility to read whatever they're signing, understand it, and then decide whether or not they agree with it.
So the lesson from that was that petitioners can actually do a lot to deceive Maine citizens. So this year, what is the big petition issue? Well, there's a couple, but one is gay marriage.
The equal marriage bill that the legislature passed changes all of the laws in Maine that currently govern marriage, and there's some 300 of them that protect or in other ways apply to married couples. And it makes all of the language in them gender neutral, so it says spouse instead of husband or wife. And that's so that those laws could then apply to couples of two women or two men or a trans person and a man, however those couples come together. So the other thing that the law does, which is really important, is that it says that the changes only apply to civil marriage. So none of the changes apply to religious definitions of marriage, and religious congregations and faith-based groups are still free to marry or not marry whoever they please.
So what's the petition gonna do?
Hey, Claire. What does the petition do? Oh, it gets it on the ballot so we can reject gay marriage.
But
then everybody can vote for it.
Vote for what?
Vote for it or not vote for it.
But vote for what?
So my friend called me, he said, there's this petitioner, he's not telling the truth about the petition, you should go check it out. So I went to the post office to see what was going on.
I'll talk to you a little bit after.
Well, I mean, as a citizen, I'm interested in learning about what you're doing, so could you explain it to me?
Get me.
Okay, but what is the law specifically that you're...
Certain amount of signatures. So after it gets put on the ballot, then all of Maine citizens get the chance to vote for it.
So what are they voting on?
On this, you can read it right here. Do you want to reject the new law that lets same-sex couples marry and allow individuals and religious groups to refuse to perform these marriages?
And I was driving by today and I heard this guy making some weird claims about what the bill means, so I just decided to run home, grab my pride flag, and just come stand here in silent opposition. I think a lot of people sign just because someone asked them to, not really because they know what it's about. Well, one of the funny things is he was actually telling people that if they did not sign this petition, that their priests and churches would be forced to have gay marriages performed in their churches and by their priests.
This is another example of misinformation being given by the petitioner to the Maine people.
So a church can marry gay people, or if they want, they can refuse to.
Exactly.
It's up to them.
Right.
Just like they can refuse any other
You got it,
marriage.
because that's their own personal religious belief, which is why I'm here, because I don't want to have to subscribe to someone else's religious belief either, so that's fair.
Someone had told me, and I don't know if it was you or someone else, but they had said that they were being told that, well, yeah, they were being told that signing this,
This happened a little while ago. You just heard it from that guy.
oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know why.
yeah. So what did he say? Or,
He explained to me something that I was wrong, so
oh, okay.
it was kind of cool. I learned something. You always learn something when you're doing these things.
Right.
But the law, and actually the question as it's worded on the thing that people are signing, starts by saying this has nothing to do with your religious institution. It only governs civil marriage. So anybody who's saying that while they're collecting signatures is lying. But it actually doesn't matter. The Secretary of State still has to recognize signatures collected by petition gatherers who are lying. And it's the signer's responsibility to know what they're signing. So who knows how many of those thousands of signatures that they're going to collect were collected with misinformation. But legally, there's nothing we can do about it except win in November.
And what's been your observation of how things have people talked to you much? Have they been talking to him much? Or?
I get a lot of smiles and thumbs up. They're talking to him a lot because it just seems like this guy is just telling them whatever they want to hear. He just keeps going and going until he gets a signature.
Mm-hmm.
But I just figure a silent opposition would help.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a personal stance on this?
No, I have nothing against gay people. Nothing at all.
So,
Good friend of mine was gay.
and like
How you doing?
on this issue in
He
particular?
died of AIDS, so that's why I don't prefer to talk about anything else too much.
I've actually talked to a number of petitioners that have said that I don't have anything against gay people, but I still think Maine people should have a right to vote on it. Bottom line is, it doesn't make sense to put civil rights issues to a referendum when it says in our Constitution that people are supposed to have equal protection under the law, regardless of things such as race, sex, gender.
If we can win marriage by a popular election in a state, that's groundbreaking. That's a truly historic moment, and so the opposition has a lot to lose.
How you doing, guys?
What's the petition?
We're trying to get it on the ballot where we can refuse same-sex marriages.
Refuse same-sex marriages?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
And our focus over the next few months is to collect as many signatures as the people who are trying to repeal the law are collecting, so that when they declare we got our 55,000 signatures, we can say yeah, and we have 90,000, and by November we will identify all 256,000 or whatever the number is that's required to win.
So maybe, Maine, we can get this out of the way, defeat the referendum, support marriage for all couples in Maine, and move on to get universal health care. Right? Right.